Hey, Robbie over Quadratec.com. We are here in Las Vegas for the 2018 SEMA Show. Not only are they a ton of new products for us to find and show you guys, but there are some really killer Jeep builds that we can check out as well. I couldn't think of a better way to kick off our video than right here with Big Willy. It looks just like a 1942 Jeep Willys MB on steroids. This thing is massive. I'm sitting on the front bumper here. I can't touch the ground. Everything about this build makes you feel like a kid from the front to the back. When you sit in that driver's seat, there are blocks on the pedals so that you can reach them, but it's not built to simply sit here and look great. It is a running, driving, functioning Jeep, four-wheel drive underneath the hood. There's a Cummins R2.8. I've been told this thing is going to tackle some trails in Moab at Easter Jeep Safari. I can't wait for that. Like I mentioned, everything on here is functional. The windshield even folds down. Absolutely killer, over-the-top build to kick off our video here today. We're going to head inside and find more great Jeep vehicles to show you right here from the SEMA Show. We are here in the Rugged Ridge Off-Road Success Center. Always a fantastic place at the SEMA Show to not only check out some brand new Wrangler builds, but also some classic Wrangler builds as well. They always have some great stuff here. However, there is one thing missing from the Off-Road Success Center this year. Unfortunately, this past year, we did lose a very friendly and familiar face. Ermey, fondly known as the Gunny, passed away this past year. He was always to be found right here in the Off-Road Success Center, all day long, signing autographs and shaking hands. He is very fondly remembered, of course, from his many roles in movies and television, namely his role in Full Metal Jacket as well as Mail Call. Of course, what better way to pay tribute to the Gunny than this amazing build behind me here. The guys at Rugged Ridge took it over the top, starting with a 2016 Wrangler Rubicon Hard Rock Edition, wrapping it in OD green. Perfect tribute here for Gunny. This one's for you, buddy. Hoorah! We are here in the RIPP booth with a JL behind me here that doesn't quite look like our standard over-the-top SEMA build. I've got Greg Henderson with me here from Unofficial Use Only. Greg, what did you do to this thing to make it so special? Make it worthy of being in the RIPP booth at the SEMA Show?
Well, yeah, 100% to make it worthy of the RIPP booth, because we're huge fans of RIPP. I use them in a lot of my builds and I love them. This is the very first RIPP Supercharged JL on the planet. So it was an honor for me to work on that. But to make it different, make it stand out and be a little bit unique,
right.
I kind of broke the mold. The first thing that most people will notice when they're walking by it is this is a JL with leaf springs.
Yep.
So to tie all that in together, you know, I love military themes. I love supporting our military. So I kind of bent over backwards and found all of the parts from a Jeep J8. And the Jeep J8 was a JK-based vehicle that was built for the Egyptian military.
Yeah.
And it did have leaf springs. It also had a diesel. We didn't get to go that far.
Yeah.
So the bumpers, the helicopter lift hooks, the snorkel on the hood, the leaf springs, the axles.
Yeah.
It's a heavy-duty 44 front, Dana 60 rear, leaf springs. The cool part for some of the real cool Jeepers out there, or people who remember Jeeps way back when, to fit the leaf springs on the rear, because the JL frame narrows 6 inches more than JK.
Yep.
I had to outboard the spring hangers.
Yeah.
And that was an old CJ trick when we were going with wider axles or anything else. So some people will recognize little details like that.
Yep.
And then other things you'll notice, there's details all over the truck. You know, even right here, we made sure to really give a little bit of credence to our soldiers.
Yeah.
You know, to the guys who support our freedoms and
Yep.
what we get to do. So throughout the whole thing, there's a little military vibe.
Yeah.
Even the hemp rope.
Yep.
This was really fun to find too. Authentic hemp rope.
Yeah.
Because I like to do everything as authentic as possible.
Well, that's what I really love about this, and what really caught my eye walking by too, you know, is you look at this and it's not, these aren't for show, man. You can lift the vehicle with these And then you go around to the side, it's got that theme that carries all the way through the whole thing. We've got the authentic steel, stamped steel wheels on there.
Yeah,
we're not running
actual real military wheels, so they're 3/16" thick stamped steel.
That's awesome.
So they're designed to handle up to an IED hit.
Yep, definitely. And then the little touches are really nice too. Like you mentioned, we got little nods to our military. People have, you know, given everything for us and what we do here.
Yep.
And then you've got the really cool touches like the center caps on the wheels, and on the side there, those little brass badges.
So the actual J8, it had a brass or bronze badge that said J8, and underneath it said Jeep.
Right.
So we did the same thing. We hand milled bronze badges for the sides of the vehicles. One that says J18, so that people kind of understand what we did. The other one is my company logo, because I'm going to flaunt it a little bit. Same thing, the center caps. We milled bronze center caps and then put the logo on them.
Yeah.
But yeah, throughout the entire thing, you'll find little details, and that's what really makes a full Jeep.
I love it. Greg, you never cease to live up to my expectations. Every year.
Maybe one day Quad will commission me to build them a Jeep.
Can you just build one for me, maybe?
Yeah, I could do that too.
All right, I'm in.
So yeah, let's have fun and anything you need.
Sounds good, buddy. Let's go check out more here at the show. So we're here in the Yukon Gear and Axle booth, and we are checking out an absolutely over-the-top build from the guys at Freedom Fabworks and Rockstar Garage. Of course, we would expect nothing less from those guys. This thing is a chopped, and narrowed 2017 Jeep Wrangler JK rat rod. If you can believe it or not, there is the bones left of a JK underneath here. This thing is totally cool and over the top, sitting super low on a custom air ride suspension, yet they've still managed to fit 40-inch Mickey Thompson tires up front. They're running those R1 concept big brakes on this thing, so I'm sure it's going to come to a stop. Underneath the hood, doesn't really apply because there's not one, but up front there is that huge 6-liter LS crate motor. That should get this thing cooking pretty good. There's a ton of ready-to-go production parts on this thing too. They're using those great TerraFlex Falcon shocks up front and out back. They've got power tank and Viair onboard air systems in this thing. They're using those great Odyssey batteries and Mishimoto cooling products in here. Absolutely over the top, killer build from those guys. And if that isn't enough, well, it's right-hand drive. I think this thing is all set up to haul the mail. All right, we're here in the JCR OffRoad booth with my good buddy. Are you Bandit? Are you Smokey?
I think I'm Daryl.
Are you Daryl?
Right now, I think.
All right.
Yeah. So what was Snowman?
Snowman.
Bandit.
Yeah.
And then what was what's his face's name?
Bo something.
Yeah, the cute one.
Yeah, that one.
I'm the cute one.
Oh yeah, you sure are. So this thing caught my eye, man. It looks great. Of course, I was watching what you guys were doing on all the social medias.
It was the gold axles, wasn't it?
It was. I do like gold. So, I mean, how'd this thing come about, man?
So I've kind of always been into cars when we were kids, right?
Yeah.
Like movie cars,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So Burt Reynolds had so many great car movies.
Yeah.
Smokey and the Bandit, Cannonball Run. And we just thought, what a great idea to have a tribute to him, but with a little Jeep into it, so
Right.
it's not all fire chicken.
Yeah, I like it. I like the big screaming chicken
Yeah.
up on the hood
But
there.
it's an eagle.
Yeah. And then, I mean, it's all over the place. It's in the headlights.
Yeah, it's in the
taillights.
taillights. On the shift knob, I think.
Nice,
yeah, those
nice.
little details.
I like the little stuff. That's
Yeah,
cool.
us too.
And then you guys got some cool axles under this thing.
Yeah, TerraFlex 60s front and rear on this. This is our full float 60s.
Yeah.
This is a new product for them. They have the JK stuff, obviously.
Right,
but they
yeah.
had to redesign it totally, bracketry and everything for the JL. So
That's awesome,
really
man.
excited about that.
The build came together. You got some of your new stuff on here too.
Yeah, stuff
So-
that doesn't even exist.
Yeah.
For real, yeah.
Are we unlocking products today?
Yeah, we're
Is that
unlocking
happening?
products at the game. Yep.
Yeah, you guys got the cool game over there. It looks great. I have a question for you
Yeah.
though. I need to move this.
Okay. Uh-oh.
I need to take this off.
Oh, no.
Does it
I haven't done that yet.
Does it smoke tires? Because that's what we all really need to know.
So we finished it and took some photos of it and put it on the trailer.
Yeah.
And everyone wanted me to do a burnout with it.
Yeah.
But I was kind of scared. Because if I broke it,
Yeah. Well,
what are we going to do?
I think, I don't know, man. I've been poking around. There's some other ones in here that I don't think run. So.
Well, this runs, yeah. It's got 4-wheel drive, both drive shafts.
Yeah. You're good.
Thanks, Adam's drive shaft. We got 2 of them.
You got a leg up on some of the competition,
yeah,
man.
Sure. Not Bluetooth.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
no Bluetooth axles?
No.
Bluetooth drive shafts?
No.
Bro truck status?
None of it. It's got gold axles.
I love it.
So when we get home, I think we're going to do the tire smoking situation.
Well, you have to let us know. Maybe shoot us a clip.
Yeah.
We can incorporate that.
I like it.
Awesome, man. Always a pleasure.
Yeah, you too, man.
You guys
Thank you so
knocked
much.
it out of the park. We're going to check some more out of this. I might have to go try my hand at that game.
Yeah. See if you can beat the top score.
Awesome. I'm in.
All right.
Well, we couldn't do a top Jeep builds of SEMA without visiting our friends here at Smittybilt and Alpine. They were featured in our video last year and they knocked it out of the park. Well, they've done it once again. This Jeep is covered front to back with brand new product from Smittybilt. We got that striker bumper up front, their new Gen 3 winch. We have great fender flares on this thing, Apollo step sliders, and their all new tube doors. But they didn't just stop there. Then they handed it off to Alpine and they took it over the top. Inside on the dash is the brand new Alpine Restyle radio for the JL. It looks amazing. They killed it. You would think that would be enough, but it's not. If we go around back, Alpine has taken this thing to a whole new level. They are calling the Trailgater. Let's go check it out. Is this thing not the ultimate tailgate or maybe even trailgate system from Alpine and Smittybilt? They've even incorporated a built-in cooler back here. Of course, you have a totally separate sound system for both in the Jeep and outside the Jeep. And you got this great seat right on the back here. I don't know about you guys, the SEMA show is pretty long and there's a lot of walking. I wish I could sit here all day, but unfortunately, I gotta go find some more cool stuff to show you guys. So I'm gonna get back to it. Why don't you guys go ahead and follow me? We're gonna close this thing back up. So we're here at the Warren booth and we are checking out their incredible Bruiser conversions chase truck done off of a Wrangler JL chassis. This thing is absolutely over the top. From the bottom up, it's riding on ultimate Dana 60s, a custom BDS long arm suspension, and 42-inch BF Goodrich tires. Of course, the entire body has been coated in a textured bedliner material. They've got JCR half doors on the side, a custom cage over that truck in the back. And speaking of that truck, like I mentioned, this is meant to be a chase truck to take care of off-road repairs. Well, they've got a full complement of tools back there, all held in place by rare earth magnets, so they're not gonna be bouncing around when they're screaming down the trails. And speaking of screaming down the trails, this thing has an LS under the hood. That's right, man, this thing is making some real power. They've also got all the new Warren accessories and bumpers on here. We've got the new Elite Series front bumper and all their new rigging accessories, the Hyperlink and the Sidewinder shackles up here. Inside, they've got rugged radio, so they've got communication out on the trail, and they've got rigid lights all over this thing to light up their way. Overall, an over-the-top build. Let me tell you what, that JT has a lot to live up to. So we're here in the Motor City Aftermarket booth. I'm sitting in Ken's 79 Cherokee Chief S package. This thing caught my eye from the beginning. I watched him complete this build on social media and I could not wait to get here and check it out. It was definitely had to be in my top vehicle builds for the 2018 SEMA Show. At heart, I am a Cherokee lover. I love these old full-bodied vehicles. I especially love how he chose to build up this and follow the theme, keeping some patina, but improving it and sprinkling in some new and modern technology where it needed, so you can have a lot of fun with this thing. So much so, I mentioned this is an S package. originally top of the line for 1979, came with every possible option. It's even got the CB radio right here in the dash. I mean, what's not to love about that? Of course, keeping with that patina on the outside, it just looks fantastic with those classic lines. He did some work where he had to, improving some rusted out spots, say in the floorboards and down in the fender areas, trimming it up. But I love that the way that he did it, he didn't hurt those old classic lines and that patina. Of course, it features all the great period correct large KC daylighters on the front. This thing's riding on tons and 40-inch Mickey Thompson tires. It also features some custom-made Steer Smarts steering linkage up front to help this thing turn when it's out on the trail. Of course, it also has that brand new Quadratec Q performance winch up front. So, of course, I got to give him a little nod for throwing that up there for me. It's got the rooftop 10 up on top of here so you can take this thing out, not just for a day on the trails, but a full weekend and have some fun. And of course, with a Jeep this big, well, you need some power under the hood. And of course, you want it to be reliable, so when you're heading out, you don't have to worry about that kind of stuff. He's got a 6-liter Cadillac drivetrain in this thing. Talk about power, man. He's telling me when you're driving down the trail, the front hood on the thing lifts up in the air. I can't wait to see if I get a chance to get out on the trail with this thing. Overall, definitely up there with one of my favorite builds of the entire SEMA show. And man, sitting in here, this seat is comfy. This is probably the most comfortable I've been the entire SEMA show. Getting a chance to get off my feet for a few minutes, I think I might just stay right here and take a little nap. I hope you guys enjoyed checking out all of my favorite builds here at the 2018 SEMA show. Of course, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you're sure to catch all of our content for you right here from the show and plenty more. Until then, guys, I'm Rob. I'll see you out on the trail.